Who are we? Where did we come from? How was the universe formed? These existential questions have boggled the minds of humans since ages. As science took its steps forward, so did the search for the answers to these questions. Big Bang Theory, Higgs boson particle, theory of relativity, all these theories have been put forward in a quest to move one step closer to the answers of these questions. This is what science has done. Well, what has religion done then, other than killing millions at the stake? Just kidding. Well, not really. Standing head to head with science, religion has always presented a vastly different point of view than science when it comes to the origin of the universe. Some say the universe was formed only 6,000 years ago, while some say it is billions of years old. Some say it was formed out of chaos, and some others think the world came out of a pool of salt water. I am not even making this up. While most of it is noise, some theories prove their mettle with the impeccable logic and scientific recourse they hold underneath their layers of illusion. One of these logical stories comes from the Sanatan Dharma tradition, otherwise known as Hinduism. Though there are quite a few origin stories in Hindu mythology, this one is the most popular, and it starts with an egg. According to Rigved, Hiranyagarbha, or the golden womb, was the primeval object that gave rise to what we know today as the universe. This cosmic egg was the manifestation of the first and the most powerful god, Prajapati.
Hey, but I thought it was Zeus.
Sir, this is a video on Hindu mythology, which is much older than even the concept of Zeus. Don't worry, we will cover Zeus in an upcoming video. In various Hindu sects, Prajapati is identified with different gods. While Shaivites consider Shiv as Prajapati, Vaishnavites consider Narayan or Vishnu as Prajapati. On the other hand, the Shakti sect believes that the first being to come from the cosmic egg was Adi Shakti, or the supreme goddess. These three stories meet at a common point where they claim that the first supreme being gave birth to three gods. And this is where we get connected to mainstream Hindu beliefs. These three gods, who are said to have come out of the cosmic egg, are none other than the Tridev, that is, Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the caretaker, and Mahesh, or more commonly known as Shiv, the destroyer. Looking at these diverse myths, it seems like some oversmart people like both the Tridev story and the Hiranyagarbha story and connected them to each other in a very subtle way. I am not pointing anyone out. Tridev, or the Hindu trinity of gods, sits at the top of Hindu pantheon, which contains millions of gods. So if somebody tells you Hinduism has 33 million gods, they are misinformed and probably need help. Hinduism has only 3 gods. Other so-called gods are essentially devs, or celestial deities who control a specific part or energy of nature. One such example is Indra, the king of devs, who controls the rain and thunder. If you think about it, Indra is a primeval form of Zeus. Oops, sorry Zeus. Please don't kill me in a thunderstorm today. The definition of a god in Hindu mythology is someone who is an immortal. And some of the devs, although Chiranjeevi, no, not that Chiranjeevi, but rather long-living, are not immortals essentially, and hence they are not considered gods. Coming back to the story, Brahma created galaxies, stars, planets, and every celestial object from nothing but a cloud of cosmic dust. He then created life and was responsible for creating human beings along with other sentient beings like plants and animals. Basically, Brahma was pretty busy in the initial days. After Brahma's duties were fulfilled, he returned to his abode and in came Vishnu. Vishnu, or Narayan, is responsible for the caretaking of living beings and the management of life. That is why whenever life or nature is threatened by the evil, he returns to strike a balance. And finally we come to Shiv. Shiv, although erroneously considered to be the god of destruction, is actually the Hindu god of transformation. That is why the waning moon and snakes who can change their skin are his symbols. It is predicted in several Hindu epics like the Bhagavad Puran or the Shiva Mahapuran that when the age of the universe nears its end, Shiv will return to the world to destroy the universe. However, his work doesn't end with the destruction of the universe. Shiva or Shiv will also be responsible for transforming the old universe into a new one. And that is when a new Hiranyagarbha or cosmic egg will be laid, starting the cycle of life all over again. I hope you liked this video and learned a few things about Hindu mythology. Please like and share the video and support us by subscribing to our channel. We will meet you again soon with a lot more interesting stories from world mythology and histories. Who knows, next one might be yours. Thank you.